Yo, what is up, fanboys? We back with another reaction video, and this one is a deep one. Dax is honestly the reason I started this channel, was because my son told me, Dad, I want you to go down and I want you to react to Dear God. And a little over a year ago, this is how I started this channel. So this is kind of a come full circle here. I know he's been through some different things and brought forth some different, topics and really just pushing the gamut on what's talked about on this platform. But I'm gonna be honest with you, this is where I started, and I'm gonna come here and see what's up. So talking about apocalypse, very deep subject, so I think we're in for one. You didn't come here for my you came here to listen to the music, but we got to give our thoughts. So check your subscribe button right now. If that thing's red, man, on Reddit, tap that notification bell. Please watch this video all the way to the end, as this will give a fair assessment of the song and give me an opportunity to react to it. So without further ado, let's get into it and do what we do. Dax Apocalypse official music video. Warning comes before destruction. Is that what it is?
I see violence, and I hear sirens.
Okay, getting into some auto.
Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. They gave me the shot, they took away guns, nothing to eat. We can't go to sleep, we're stuck in our homes, they're flooding the streets. Everyone's watching and glued to their screens. Misinformation like every week. Apocalypse.
See, right away we're going at the pandemic and going right at what he's talking about as far as the government being able to take over and really just kind of demand what we're going to do and what we're allowed to do, etc., etc. Trying to remove guns. All right, here we go.
The streets, everyone's watching and glued to their screens. Misinformation like every week. Apocalypse. Shout. This ain't no game, better choose your side and protect your soul. Devil is lurking, he's looking for victims and power to use and regain his control. No one to trust, everybody's corrupt. End of the world really feels like it's close. Feels like it's Truman and I'm just a person they watching at home on an evening show. Fake information and all of it's free. Dumb politicians corrupt, police, tanks and riots, bodies piling, smell of corruption.
All right, this is very graphic, very in your face, and I guess that's what what Tom McDonald, Dax, some of these cats are doing right now, just to grab your attention. I feel like there's so much shock value that's needed nowadays for people's attention, because it's 7 seconds, like, and then we're off doing something else. So he's sitting here with his head cut off. He's talking about the devil. And that's a difficult topic, because you really struggle with biblical understanding versus human understanding. When you get into the Bible, there are all kinds of approaches and opinions, and there's all kinds of people who are like, it's a book, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, I mean, these are all questions that sometime in life people have, so we're trying to make sure that we understand, and he's doing what he's got to do to try to make us understand.
Fake information and all of it's free. Dumb politicians corrupt, police, tanks and riots, bodies piling, smell of corruption is flooding the streets. Children are crying, there's nothing to eat. Left and right, there's no in between. Who do we trust when it's us against us, and we'll do anything just to get a retweet? 2021, no joke, boy, you better stay inside. Pray to God during these times. Let me give you some advice at night. Stay inside, your life for the price they will buy. Everybody's trying to fight gas prices spike. No bus can't walk, we can't drive. Everybody's on this trip trying to get ahead, so I'm trucking up this peace sign. Let me get into the real. They don't care how you feel. You're just an animal and you're their next meal. There's no peace. I pray to God on my knees. The gates of hell are open. We can all feel that heat. I remember when everything changed.
So social media, just talking about, just us being driven by social media, us being impacted by social media. And honestly, when you define social media, it basically puts the ability for us to have the freedom of press into our hands with our smartphones and anything. I mean, I literally right now could go live on my phone and record this, and everybody could watch what I'm doing. I mean, that's how it is. I can report from my house right here in my studio and tell you exactly what's going on in the world. And it's a lot of, it's almost like cattle are driven into certain areas because that's where you're supposed to go, and get over there, get over there. And you're supposed to follow along like we're all sheep. And when you don't,
we can all feel that heat. I remember when everything changed, when technology went from innate to the primary poison of all of our brains. We've been programmed to think that we need it, we slave and we worship it every day, and in every way we becoming the robot they gave us and losing humanity's way.
I don't want to stop every 5 seconds because you didn't come here to do that, but at the same time, like, I got to give my reaction. I mean, the reality is what he's saying. The reality of what he's saying is true. Let's just put it that way. You can call it what you want. You can flip it around and say, hey, I use social media for good, and da-da-da-da-da. And I don't want to argue with anybody about that. But look at your screen time sometime. What are our kids becoming? They're becoming screenagers. Screenagers because they are in front of some type of social media screen 7-8 hours a day. Laptops, TVs, smartphones, iPads, tablets, Nintendo Switches, PC games, PS5, whatever it is. They're in front of some type of screen all day long. We might as well call them screenagers. This is what it is. And adults are no better. Don't tell me that you leave your house and go, oh, you forget your phone. You don't go, well, yeah, I'm okay. I'll get my, and some of you maybe you're strong enough to do that. I'll tell you that. I know a lot of people that can't even take a poop without their phone. Just saying.
Think that we need it, we slave and we worship it every day, and in every way we becoming the robot they gave us and losing humanity's way. I see violence, oh, much violence I see, and I hear sirens.
No eyes, huh?
Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. They gave me the shot, they took away guns, nothing to eat. We can't go to sleep, we're stuck in our homes, they're flooding the streets. Everyone's watching, they glued to their screens. Misinformation like every week. Apocalypse. If you're a soldier, stand up, you know. Stay 10 toes. Look them in the face, don't you fall. They're watching your moves, I hope that you know. People are dying because of religion, selling sex, selling children, genocides, waters rise, homicides, missing women. Rich got richer, what do, man? They cut out the small business. Fake statistics, flood the streets with drugs and filled up all the prisons. They're shifting the energy, you can't see the enemy. God is returning, they don't gotta say it, the climate's been telling me. From the way they abusing the teaching and pushing religion like it's an accessory. Pick a side, it's the darker the light and the scariest times that we've seen. I see violence.
It's tough because I'm gonna be honest with the separation of church and state has caused a big division, and I'm not saying you should be on one side or the other or anything should be a power. All I'm saying is that since that separated, people have veered from what was at one point black and white, not color. I'm meaning what right and wrong is. People associate black and white. To me, there's a whole lot of gray going on, a whole lot of gray areas, because there's relevant questions that people have to ask themselves and ask other, because otherwise we're just yes men. Yes, man. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's like if you go to church, you trust that whoever's sitting up at that pulpit or pew or I don't know, whatever you want to call it, you're trusting in what they're saying and their interpretation of it, and that God provided the message and yada, yada, yada. And then you get somebody that goes, wait a minute. Wait a minute. And they start asking questions, and then all of a sudden people in the church, whoa, you can't question. What do you mean? This is the Bible, buddy. And then all of a sudden problems occur. Okay? We have the freedom of religion, period. That means you can believe. You don't have to believe. You can believe in differences. You may have differences. You can believe in nothing. You could be an agnostic, a Christian, a Muslim, a Baptist, a Catholic. I mean, you could fill in the blank on things you could be, and there's things you don't have to be. But now, with the freedom of choice and everything being accepted, people are being different, and some people don't like that. They want you to fall in line like sheep. You know, I'm not going to give my opinion about that stuff. I'm just telling you what happens, man. It is okay for people to be different. It's okay. That's all. I'm going to leave it at that. It's okay.
Religion like it's an accessory. Pick a side, it's the darker the light and the scariest times that we've seen. I see violence. Oh, much violence I see. And I hear sirens. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. They gave me the shot, they took away guns, nothing to eat. We can't go to sleep, we're stuck in our homes, they're flooding the streets. Everyone's watching, they glued to their screens. Misinformation like every week. Apocalypse. Put your light to the
Hey, I'm going to say this. I think the song, one more second, okay. The song I thought was a different approach from Dax, and I thought it was needed in order for people to turn an ear and listen. He can't come out like yelling at the mic like he does sometimes. He came out, he put a little auto-tune, had a little back reggae beat going, little, with the information, but not, it's in your face, but it's not, dead in your face where, he's taking a necessary side to it. He's just telling you, this is how I grew up. This is what I think. This is what has been prophesized or whatever. And now he's using the word apocalypse. And what does that really mean? It just means that there's an unveiling. There's like a revelation, or there's something that's not been disclosed that's going to come forward. And he believes in what he's saying as far as God coming back and all the biblical stuff. We're not here to argue and talk about religion or anything like that, but I can tell you this, is at the end of the day, you don't know. You don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't have faith. Faith is believing in something that you can't see. You got to trust. And that's what people do. They trust in different things. Where are you going to put your eggs? What basket are you going to put them in? That's up to you. You're the one that's going to be in your casket. You make the decision on what you're going to do, whether you believe in anything or you believe in some things or whatever. At the end of the day, I'm not going to give my opinion on that. I'm just going to tell you, I like the song. I like the fact that he's pushing the envelope. I like the fact that he's recognizing things and saying, hey, this is where I stand. You can, agree, disagree, but this is where I'm at. And he's putting it forth through music, which is a universal language. So that being said, man, I really appreciate it. If you've made it this far, man, super duper 2 thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. If it's red on Reddit, hit the notification bell, man, and check us out on the next one, because we on the grind. We'll catch it and we...